Assalamualaikum. Today we're going to talk about inflation. Definition of inflation. In economics, inflation is a sustained increase in the general price level of goods and services in an economy over a period of time. Inflation reduces the purchasing power of each unit of currency, which leads to increases in the prices of goods and services over time. It's an economics term that it means have to spend more to fill your gas tank, buy a gallon of milk, or get a haircut. In other words, it increases your cost of living. There are 4 types of inflation. First, creeping inflation, hyperinflation, running inflation, and working inflation.
The first type of inflation is called creeping inflation. Creeping inflation is when price rises over 3% a year or less. According to the Federal Reserve, when price increase 2% or less, it benefits economic growth. This kind of mild inflation makes consumers expect that prices will keep going up, and this will make the boost to go up. Consumers buy now to beat the higher future prices that they expect, and that is how mild inflation drives economic expansion. For that reason, 2% is set as its target inflation rate. In a graph, working inflation is ranked at the third most dangerous inflation. The second type of inflation is working inflation. This type of inflation is stronger than the previous one, creeping inflation, because this inflation is between 3 to 10% for a year. It is harmful to the economy because it hits up economic growth too fast. People will start to buy more things than they need, just to avoid tomorrow's much higher prices. This drives demand even further than the suppliers can keep up. More important, neither can wages. As a result, common goods and services are priced out of the reach of most people.
The next type of inflation is called running inflation. This type of inflation is between 10% and up per annum. Most economists cannot suggest a fixed range of running inflation, so we can consider the prices rises between 10 to 20% per annum as a running inflation. As you can see, running inflation is the third type of inflation that is rising on a drastic measure.
Next is hyperinflation. Hyperinflation is when prices skyrocket more than 50% a month. It is very rare. In fact, some examples of hyperinflation have occurred only when government printed money to pay for wars. Example of hyperinflation include Germany in the 1920s, Zimbabwe in the 20s, and Venezuela in the 2010s. The last time America experienced hyperinflation was during its civil war. If you can see from the graph, hyperinflation is the steepest.
Okay, next there are 2 main causes of inflation. The first one is cost push inflation, and second one is demand pull inflation. Demand pull inflation if the economy is at or close to full employment, then an increase in aggregate demand leads to an increase in the price level. As firms reach full capacity, they respond by putting up price, leading to inflation. Also, near full employment with labor shortage, workers can get higher wages, which increase their spending power. So this is a demand pull inflation. So next, cost push inflation. Cost push inflation is if there is an increase in the cost of firms, then business will pass this on to consumers. There will be a shift to the left in the yes. So this is the graph of cost push inflation.
So this is the graph for Malaysia inflation rate from 2015 to 2019. Alright. So the analysis about the inflation rate from 2015 until 2019 is the inflation rate in 2015 and 2016 start off in a very stable rate in my opinion. So if you can see, they are very stable from 2.1% and in 2016 2.08%. Alright, in 2017 the rate increased drastically, maybe because of the rise of price of transportation fuel. So if you can see, from 2.08% and increased drastically to 3.8% in 2017. Alright. For another opinion of mine is the inflation rate need to be more stable without any major rise, because it will be a problem to the less fortunate household.